Hello, good evening. Welcome to ITV News. This is Friday night's calendar.
Hello, thank you very much for joining us. Here are tonight's main stories.
The Langdale Moor wildfire is contained, but efforts to prevent another flare-up continue.
Relief here tonight after almost 3 weeks fighting this fire, but people very much aware there's no place for complacency.
How long do you think this is going to carry on for?
I think they're going to be tanking water for another week or so, and the moor is just going to keep burning and burning until it finally comes to a stop.
We'll ask North Yorkshire's fire chief about the decision to call for extra resources. And we're in beautiful Goathland, where visitors are still welcome.
We've definitely seen a downturn, and to have seen that in the last few days, we just hope that a few more people will come out again this weekend and support this local area.
Also tonight, Harvey's legacy. Caroline Wilgoose on her mission to found a youth club in memory of her murdered son.
And we're at the historic Longshaw sheepdog trials, where every dog has its day. Good evening. For 18 days, firefighters and farmers have been battling the North Yorkshire wildfire that's seen them have to deal with difficult terrain, changing weather patterns and even unexploded World War II bombs. Tonight, the tide has seemingly turned. For now, that is.
Yes, Fire Chief said today that the Langdale Moor fire, which has now covered 25 kilometres, has been contained. But efforts are still ongoing tonight to prevent potential flare-ups, the likes of which we've already witnessed.
In a moment, we'll hear from the Chief Fire Officer about his decision to call for national resources this week. But first, let's head to Amelia Beckett, who's been near Ravenscar today. And Amelia, as you've seen firsthand, flare-ups can still happen, can't they?
Yeah, that's right, Laura. It probably looks really still now, but in the distance, I'm sure you can see the land here smouldering as it has been all day. It actually rained here just an hour ago, which was, of course, some relief for those that have been working tirelessly to put this fire out. But just a few hours before that, the winds here totally changed direction and the smoke was flying in the totally opposite direction. And it was then that we saw some of this land reignite. So everybody who's been working hard to put this out and get to this point know that they can't be complacent. It is an apocalyptic landscape, not yet out of the woods. What once was lush moorland, now charred black ground. And whilst heavy rain overnight brought some light relief, today volunteers from dozens of miles away continue to pour water to halt the spread. Tom has been here since Tuesday, working non-stop, even sleeping in his tractor.
I've had about 4 hours sleep in total. Yeah, it's I just can't believe the sheer size of it, really. As you can see over there, it's progressing this way, unfortunately. But we're doing our very best to keep on top of everything. It's not good, really, but like I say, we're going to try and keep on top of it and do our very best to, try and keep it contained.
This was the picture here just 2 days ago, with crews working round the clock ever since. And while the flames have largely been extinguished here, you can see just how much it's still smouldering. The heat here runs deep within the peat, so one change in wind direction could mean those flames reignite, as we've already seen here today, which means there's no room for complacency.
This will burn for weeks and weeks and weeks until...
Dan lives just down the road. He's been up here for almost 3 weeks now, fighting this fire alongside his day job.
How long do you think this is going to carry on for?
I think they're going to be tanking water for another week or so, and the moor is just going to keep burning and burning until it finally comes to a stop. But it'll be this will go on for weeks, even months.
Today, North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue confirmed there's been no further advancement of the fire in the last 48 hours, but crews from London have now arrived for support.
Our firefighting tactics and strategy are still within all the boundaries that we wanted them to be, but of course we are still being realistic, and we know that the weather can change, including over the weekend, and therefore we're still making provision to make sure that we cannot have any further encroachments in any areas.
Encroachments this campsite is monitoring very closely after it had to evacuate on Tuesday.
you can feel the warmth in the smoke, you know, coming drifting over, and just takes the wind to get up, and it can get flare-ups, and you know, you could get flare-ups and tinder. It's still tinder dry in the wood, and you know, you could ignite that, and it just isn't safe to open, and you know, to get people back to then have to evacuate again, it's just not suitable.
So while there is some relief this fire has stopped spreading for now, tonight a nervous feeling still hangs in the air. Amelia Beckett, ITV News, Ravenscar.
Some astonishing pictures there. Well, the extra fire crews that were called in from across the country this week remain in the county this evening. 10 engines arrived yesterday, some from as far afield as London, and have been at a holding area in Pickering, from where the Chief Fire Officer gave today's update.
Well, I was there earlier today too, and I asked Jonathan Dyson about the timing of the decision to request national support. Was there a reluctance to call for the national resilience that we've seen brought in this week because it exposed just how slimmed back resources are in North Yorkshire?
No, there's no reticence whatsoever. These are normal firefighting strategies. So when you deploy your resources, you will utilise your own resources, you will draw on the region, but at some point, if you need to, you can go national. It isn't a sign of weakness for anybody or any service. That's what the structure has been designed for. It's unique to the UK, and it works very well and very effectively. And I was happy to deploy it when we needed to, but at the point when the strategy required it, not before.
And talking about the crews and their welfare,
yes.
A lack of toilet facilities, having to rely on donations from the public for water and things like that. I mean, that's not great, is it?
So the lack of toilet facilities, that's news to me. We've had the welfare facilities available. We've had the welfare vans from us and from neighbouring counties, and also from local authorities on there. And stations themselves requested further supplies. We, of course, have all the national contracts in place, have all the supplies our crews would need. You can see the facilities that we have here today for the strategic holding area. This has been described as exceptional. So I'm happy with everything we've deployed. I'm happy with the welfare that we've put in for crews. And if, when we all learn from this at the end of the debrief, there's highlights and points for learning, we'll make sure we implement those.
Yes, because I mean, I suppose an incident on this scale, and it still is Absolutely. A major incident.
Yes, it is, yes.
It is a learning curve, and you will learn lessons from it.
Every incident the fire service attends, they will put appropriate debriefs in depending on the scale. When it's a major incident, then we will instigate national learning from this, from all of the services and all of the partner agencies. We're all learning environments, in particular within North Yorkshire. That is one of our primary drivers for us to keep going as we do, and for us to learn for the future. Yes.
And if you hadn't had the help of volunteers and the farmers and gamekeepers and people like that, then this situation would be a lot worse, wouldn't it? You've had to rely on them.
We have had fantastic working relationships with the farmers. They've deployed some of them on their own land into there, but they've been part of the firefighting strategy with this. Part of what we're looking at in our community resilience plan, and what other counties have done, is adapting pieces of equipment so that farm equipment and firefighting equipment can actually meet for the firefighting strategy. And it's proven that we work very well together, it's proven that we can deploy together, and that will be a key feature in the future.
And of course, it goes without saying the firefighters have been doing an amazing job in very gruelling circumstances. Well, one of the main messages, especially in the last few days of the school holidays for many, is that North Yorkshire is still open to tourists. But visitors should check the latest advice and road closures in the county. Well, deep in the heart of the North York Moors National Park is the village of Goathland, which attracts thousands of people. And that's where Michael Billington has been this afternoon, finding out how businesses have been coping.
Well, Goathland is, of course, world famous for being the setting for the ITV drama Heartbeat, and so every summer attracts big crowds to this part of the moors. Now, there is an evacuation plan in place for this area, although the fire service doesn't expect that to be deployed. And for plenty of visitors, well, they say the fire hasn't deterred them from stopping by.
No, we come from Saddleworth, where the moors are similar, so yeah, we weren't concerned. If it was dangerous, we wouldn't have come, but yeah.
Still, it's school holidays, so it's busy, but it probably has, lost a bit of trade the last week.
We're here on holiday, we're from South Yorkshire, and yeah, we weren't put off by the fires, but see, it's really devastating. So.
Businesses, though, say the village is much quieter than they'd normally expect in the last week of the school holidays, and insist that this part of the moors is still open for business.
We've definitely seen a downturn, and to have seen that in the last few days, we just hope that a few more people will come out again this weekend and support this local area that is just hugely thankful to be here and not to be on the front line of a fire, but at the same time everybody has the small businesses and staff and wages to pay.
Well, the fire service have asked that if you are planning a trip here over the next few days, you respect the road closures that are in place and expect there to be diversions. But there is a bitter irony, isn't there, that in tourism areas like this that would normally be enjoying the warm and dry weather, well, they're praying for rain like this and plenty of it to prevent those fires from flaring up again.
Yes, indeed. Michael Billington, thank you. Well, let's go back briefly to Amelia Beckett now, who's still near Ravenscar. Some incredible scenes over the last few weeks, Amelia, and such devastation. Is there any idea yet about what caused it?
No, not yet. As you can imagine, efforts have been very much focused on controlling this fire, but for something that's been so utterly destructive, they will definitely want to try and find out the cause. I mean, right now it stretches pretty much as far as the eye can see, but while it's been destructive to the landscape here, firefighters today keen to point out the exceptional fact that no one's been injured, no public member or firefighter, and indeed there's been no loss of property either. They also pointed out the huge efforts from the public. As I say, we saw those people driving up and down here all day, just dousing this with water. Not only that, a GoFundMe, which was set up to try and help them with food and water, has reached almost £50,000. And speaking to those helping out today, it's been so hugely appreciated and a real sign of the community here.
Incredible. Amelia Beckett, thank you so much, live in Ravenscar for us tonight. Community have really pulled together on this, haven't they?
It really has shown the real positive side of the people of North Yorkshire, hasn't it? And it's been such a complicated picture. It affected areas all over that county over the last 3 weeks. And our website is the place to go for all the latest updates, including details of those road closures that Michael was mentioning. Just go to itv.com/calendar.
OK, elsewhere in our region, the mother of a schoolboy stabbed to death inside his school has spent the day raising money to ensure the long-term future of a youth club in her son's name.
Caroline Wilgoose wants Harvey's Hub to be a place where young people can meet and stay out of trouble.
Her 15-year-old son Harvey was killed in February this year in Sheffield. A fellow pupil has been convicted of his murder. Katie Oscroft reports.
And I think he's got the winning one.
Caroline Wilgoose knows her son would have loved a party like this.
I'm just getting started.
Harvey was always the life and soul, but he was stabbed in February. Caroline says she wants people to know the pain his death has caused to get her message across.
I'm going to go into schools myself and educate children of the pure devastation of what this has brought. Children that were there, his friends, his family, teachers that were there. Everybody's devastated.
Today we'll raise money for Harvey's Hub, a youth club where children can meet, and the hope is stay out of trouble. Harvey's family also want to see knife archers in schools to prevent what happened to him inside All Saints Catholic High School in Sheffield from happening again.
We've got 53,000. We need 100,000 signatures to have it discussed in Parliament. So I just want people to get behind me.
There's support here for making schools safer as families prepare for the new term.
I feel like people are going to school now worrying about people carrying in knives into schools and things, and I feel like that shouldn't be the case.
It's good that Caroline is getting the point across and trying to make schools safer.
It shouldn't be a knife anywhere, but never in school.
We've got to send them to school, haven't we? But we're just trying to make things safer and hopefully get knife archers in school.
Most people here knew Harvey well, and they've welcomed the focus on the children in their community.
It is what kids need nowadays, because there's nothing about for them at all.
Stuff like this, it starts to raise awareness, starts to generate a lot of money for charity and awareness and things like that, so it's really positive.
We would have loved this is something Harvey would have loved and everything, but obviously he'll be looking down on us all today, thinking how proud he is of us all.
It gives us a warm feeling in our heart. It makes us feel better because all of us are coming together and sharing our feelings with each other.
Harvey's name is on a lot of people's lips around here. What do you think he'd have made of all this?
He'd have loved it. I know he's proud of me. I know he's with me all the time.
Harvey's death stunned this community. They now want to make it a safer place in his memory. Katie Oscroft, ITV News, Sheffield.
Well, still to come before the end of the programme.
Shirts in, ties on, coats up.
We'll be joined by Mr. Burton as Educating Yorkshire returns to our television screens.
And we're heading into the last weekend of August, the last weekend of meteorological summer. So is there an autumn vibe in the air? I'll have that later in the programme.
Yes, we'll see you shortly, Ross. Thank you. Now then, let's say hello to Arif, who's here with the sport.
Yes, good evening, Ian. We've got another new face in at Sheffield United. Some good news on the wages front at Sheffield Wednesday and a couple of Yorkshire derbies to look forward to.
Powering local sport in the community. Octopus Energy sponsors ITV Regional Sports Report.
But first, Leeds United will look to make it 2 home wins from 2 in the Premier League when they take on Newcastle United tomorrow tea time. The Whites come into the game off the back of being knocked out of the EFL Cup by Sheffield Wednesday, but head coach Daniel Farke says the Ellen Road crowd could be the difference against the Magpies.
We were working so hard in the last 24 months to be allowed to play on this level again and to play against the best sides of the Premier League, and for that we are excited. We know that in one game, and especially in a home game at the Ellen Road, we always have a chance even against the best sides, and for that we want to prepare in the best possible way and are also excited about this game, yes.
Dropping down to the Championship in Sheffield Wednesday, players and staff have been told they will get their salaries for August on time. On the pitch, the Owls will be hoping to pick up their first league win of the season when they welcome Swansea to Hillsborough. On the other side of the city, Sheffield United have signed midfielder Tahith Chong this afternoon. The Blades are bottom of the Championship with no points to their name. They'll look to put that right against Middlesbrough.
I think people from the outside can presume that because of results that the dressing room is going to be really down. Don't get me wrong, you know, lads aren't bouncing around and dismissing the fact that they're disappointed about results. There's no need to dwell on them. We've got good characters in there that believe in what the manager's trying to do, believe in the ability in the team, and believe that, you know, at some point things will turn around.
There's some tasty games in League One this weekend. 2 Yorkshire derbies, in fact, to whet the appetite. Barnsley will welcome Huddersfield Town to Oakwell for the 3 o'clock kickoff. Before that, though, Rotherham will make the short trip to Doncaster for the lunchtime offering. And before I go, on Sunday, Yorkshire take on Hampshire in Scarborough for a place in the One Day Cup final. So good luck to them.
Yeah, thank you very much,
You're welcome.
Yes, well, this weekend marks the end of the school summer holidays, doesn't it, for many? So what better time for the new series of Educating Yorkshire to drop? It is, of course, 12 years since the nation fell for the staff and pupils featured in Educating Yorkshire. And the school where it was filmed, Thornhill Community Academy in Dewsbury, is reopening the school gates.
Yes, well, you might remember the student Musharraf Asghar, who captured all of our hearts by overcoming his stammer ahead of taking his English language GCSE, thanks to the help of his teacher, Mr. Burton.
Now, more than a decade later, the hit TV series returns this weekend with Mr. Burton now the head of the school. We'll be hearing from him shortly, but let's see what's changed since the cameras last visited.
In that time, we've had 6 prime ministers, a global pandemic.
That's a bit dramatic.
And Huddersfield Town have been in and out of the Premier League. Now, the cameras are back.
These lot are insane.
To capture the new challenges.
Get rid of Snapchat, TikTok, get rid of Instagram.
Facing the school.
Not therapy, get up.
And such a lot has happened in all that time, hasn't it? Welcome, Mr. Burton, Matthew Burton, to the studio.
Thank you.
You have been made a head in that time. What made you allow the cameras into the school again for a second time?
Well, it's a huge decision, and it's a decision that's taken with lots of people's input into that. It's a decision that's taken a couple of years to get to. And it's important that we work with the leaders of the trust as well and the directors to make sure that decision is the right one. And of course, our staff and students who have got a huge say in what happens in the school. So it's something that's been taken for the right reasons, and it's something that's been taken because actually we need an education. We've got a story to tell, and it's important that we give a voice to young people and to the teaching profession as well.
What we see on screen, is it a true reflection of what goes on in school?
Absolutely. I've seen about half the episodes so far, and what's really lovely is quite unique opportunity to see what goes on behind those closed doors. You know, some of those interactions that our pastoral leaders have, our teachers have, are absolutely phenomenal, and I come away from them so proud. So quite often for me, it's a learning point to see the work that goes on I wouldn't routinely see. So it's, yeah, very much a reflection of what happens day in, day out.
I think something people really loved with the first series was your interaction with a certain mushy. Let's have a quick look at that.
I want to especially thank Mr. Burton for helping me overcome my stammer. The school has helped me improve so much that I do not have enough words to tell you all how. I really am going to miss the school.
Oh, Matthew, when you look at that, I mean, it's so emotional, isn't it?
Yeah, really proud of him. That's what teachers do day in, day out. Not just me, but Musharraf is just an incredibly resilient young man, and he was from the age of 11 to 16, just trying. But to play a small part in that is a really humbling thing, and that's what teachers do on a daily basis up and down the country.
And can we expect to see more of that in the next series?
I can't give any spoilers, but I don't think exactly that. But what you will see are young people grafting and putting incredible determination in to getting past, yes, some challenges, but also some wonderful, warm moments that are massive in their lives, and that's what young people are. They're so fantastic.
Great television, isn't it? It's just great to watch.
Oh, well, it's difficult for me and people who work in the school because we look at things and we think, that shirt should be tucked in and that sort of thing. But, you know, we want to tell a story on behalf of our staff who are part of that teaching profession, and also young people who are so resilient and kind and ambitious and determined and talented. And I'm just really proud to be able to lead the school where those young people are doing that.
Matthew Burton, thank you so much for coming in, and we will be watching out for your colourful socks.
Mr. Burton, thank you.
Wasn't he great? I wish I had a headmaster like him when I was at school.
Yes, I know, absolutely. And, you know, teachers are so important in people's lives, aren't they? I still get a Christmas card from one of my teachers.
Do you?
I do.
Which is incredible, isn't it? And I still remember my favourite teacher, who was an English teacher, Mr. Austin.
Oh, bless.
He was fantastic. I probably wouldn't be doing this without him.
Oh, he's to blame.
Yeah, thanks.
Right then, way back around 1884, when two men placed a bet to find out who had the better sheepdog, little did they know that they were about to begin a tradition that would continue for well over a century.
The Longshaw sheepdog trials are now underway, testing the ability of a handler and their dog to work together, managing a flock of sheep, just as they would if they were working on a farm. Adam Fowler has been to find out all about it.
It's a grand tradition now in its 127th year. Taking place on the 1,600-acre Longshaw estate, the sheepdog trials have only ever stopped during 2 world wars and a foot-and-mouth outbreak.
It's addictive, it's just a thrill. It's a challenge of training your dog. Your dog is loose and you've got to be able to command that dog to be able to move sheep, which are also loose. And that is, it's the challenge of it. It's the challenge of training your dog to be able to do that. And that's what I love about it.
There are 120 competitors taking part in 4 competitions over 3 days. Poppy here is a 12-year-old sausage dog. She's deaf and, frankly, she's just come here to watch. But I just thought I'd pick her up because she's gorgeous. Tony Priestley's great-grandfather was one of the founders of the trials way back in the 1890s.
Unfortunately, these sort of traditions are dying, you know, dry stone walling, shearing sheep by hand, running sheepdogs. They're sort of becoming a minority, and it's, you know, it's nice to see these old traditions being carried on.
And the tradition isn't just carrying on, but becoming more popular, with around 1,000 spectators expected over the course of the 3-day event.
I'm a tech entrepreneur, so we've done online ticketing for the first time. We've actually sold more tickets in the first day than we did for the entirety of last year, so it's building in popularity again.
The event claims to be the longest continuous sheepdog trials in the world, still proving popular, not just with visitors of the 2-legged kind, but the 4-legged ones as well. Adam Fowler, ITV News, the Peak District.
They're so clever, sheepdogs, aren't they?
They really are. It's a great event, actually. I've been a couple of times,
Yeah?
and the setting is just fantastic. Beautiful part of our region.
Yeah, and lovely to see those dogs working so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We forgot to mention, didn't we, when you can watch Educating Yorkshire?
Oh yes, I'm looking forward to watching it. It's on Sunday at 8 o'clock, isn't it, on Channel 4?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Not to be missed.
No, absolutely not. And Ross is not to be missed either. Here he is with the weather forecast.
A clear start makes way for a day of ancient discoveries. TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire weather.
Hello, good evening. As we head into the last weekend of August, we did hold on to some summer sunshine today, but also a scattering of sometimes sharp showers. Into tomorrow, bright, dry start, but rain will start to move its way in from the west later. Some of that on the heavier side, but it turns patchy as it pushes its way across the region. Then into Sunday, holding on to those sunny spells, but also some blustery showers. Low pressure very much in control of our weather at the moment. Today, it gave the ingredients to allow the showers to bubble up, bit of rain fringing the coast at times. Into tomorrow, we get that brief respite, but then through the day you can see this area of low pressure moving its way in from the west. Quite a deep area here, a squeeze on the isobars showing those blustery winds, and there's the patchy rain setting in through the later part of Saturday. For now, though, as we end the day, a few showers here and there. Now, some of those could be on the sharper side, but they do disappear quite quickly. In fact, as we make our way into the early hours, generally we're looking at clearer skies, some lighter breezes, and so certainly in those more sheltered rural spots, temperatures could just be dropping down into the single digits. So a bit of a fresh feel first thing Saturday morning. Fresh but bright, plenty of sunshine around for some unbroken blue skies at times through the morning, but you can see the cloud is starting to bubble up, a sign of things to come later. The wind's picking up as we make our way into the afternoon, but of course ahead of that, with those sunny spells, as we've seen today, highs of around 21 degrees. Through the later part of Saturday and into Sunday, so there's the area of rain there. It's with us for a few hours, but it does clear through. There's the centre of the area of low pressure, so moving around that we have showers and some blustery winds. Showers will be a bit of a feature as we start the new week as well, but temperatures are holding up. We're still looking at highs up in the low 20s. Have a great weekend.
TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire weather.
Thank you very much, Ross.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it? Hopefully we'll get some rain at some point.
Yeah, we do need that rain, don't we? Of course we do. That's all for now, though. Do have a wonderful weekend. Lucrezia's next.
Yeah, very good night to you.
Bye-bye.